Hello friends, welcome to the very first session of Quadratic Equation. In this session, we have to cover all these 7 points. Point 1 is standard form of quadratic equation. Point 2 different examples of quadratic equation. Point 1 में हम देखेंगे what basically are quadratic equation. Simple standard form of quadratic equation. फिर मैंने आपके लिए यहाँ ट्राई किया जितने भी पॉसिबल क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन हो सकते हैं ऑल टाइप ऑफ क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशंस आई हैव गिवन इन डिफरेंट एग्जांपल्स फॉर्म. देन वी विल कवर ग्राफ्स ऑफ क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशंस, हाउ क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन इज बीइंग रिप्रेजेंटेड ग्राफिकली. फिर पॉइंट नंबर 4 रूट्स ऑफ क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशंस. व्हाट आर कॉल्ड रूट्स ऑफ क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशंस. Point number 5 quadratic formula. Quadratic formula means this is a direct formula to form or to calculate the roots of quadratic equation. Then we will see discriminant. For a quadratic equation, how to find discriminant, which is denoted by capital letter D. Again, most important. After covering discriminant, we have to cover point 7 vertex of a parabola, or for now we will say vertex of a quadratic equation. What do we mean by vertex of a quadratic equation? Point 1 is standard form of a quadratic equation. As we know very clearly, what do we mean by quadratic? An expression having maximum power of variable 2. So we can say the standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where the leading coefficient a should not be equal to 0 and a, b and c belongs to real numbers. A simple example is 7x square minus 9x plus 2 is equal to 0. A is equal to plus 7, B is equal to minus 9, C is equal to plus 2. Now after covering standard form, we have to see various different examples of quadratic equation. I have tried in this session to write all possible form of quadratic equation that we have to deal with. Different examples of quadratic equation. First possibility, plus x square is equal to 0 or minus x square is equal to 0. In this, b and c both are equal to 0. A can be positive, A can be negative. Second possibility, here I have taken C constant term is equal to 0. A is equal to plus 1, B is equal to plus 3, or A is equal to minus 1, B is equal to plus 3. Third possibility, again constant term 0, but B in this case negative, B in this case negative. Fourth possibility, now this time I have taken small b, ax square plus bx plus c, the middle term will be equal to 0, plus x square plus 4 equal to 0, or minus x square plus 4 is equal to 0. Coming to next possibility, constant can be positive or negative. Plus x square minus 4 is equal to 0, or minus x square minus 4 is equal to 0. Fifth possibility, all are non-zero. Plus x square plus 3x plus 4, or plus x square plus 4x plus 3. Simple. When we take plus, now focus on b and c. B is plus 3 plus 4, or B is minus 3 plus 4, or B is plus 3 and C is minus 4, or B is minus 3 and C is minus 4. Positive, positive, negative, positive, positive, negative or both negative. These all are 4 possibilities. Again, अगर हम 4 और 3 को इंटरचेंज करें, ये भी तो पॉसिबिलिटीज़ हैं. एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस 4x प्लस 3. Now this time b is plus 4, c is plus 3. Likewise, minus 4 plus 3 plus 4 minus 3, or both b and c are negative. X square minus 4x minus 3. Likewise here, now I have taken, here see, here we have covered the leading coefficient is positive for the same example, but this time we have taken leading coefficient, that is a is negative. The most important, the leading coefficient a can be positive, can be negative, and both positive and negative both have different meanings. Okay. Coming to the next topic, graphs of quadratic equation. Depending on leading coefficient, that is coefficient of x square, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Depending on the leading coefficient a, the graph will be either upward parabola or downward parabola. Either graph will be upward parabola or graph will be downward parabola. If a is negative, if a is less than 0, graph is downward parabola. As we have discussed already, both positive and negative sign of a leading coefficient have their own meaning, have their own different meanings. Likewise, if a is positive, graph will be upward parabola. This is downward parabola and this is upward parabola. For a is negative, for a is positive. Now, the fourth topic is roots of quadratic equation. In this, we have to see what is the actual meaning of roots of quadratic equation. All possible values of x satisfying a standard quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 are defined as roots of quadratic equation. Now, since the degree of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, maximum power of variable x is 2. Therefore, this particular equation, this particular standard form of equation is having at most 2 roots, meaning there will be at most 2 values of x satisfying the equation ax square plus bx plus c. Again, as per definition, considering x is equal to alpha, let's say there are 2 values of x is equal to alpha and x is equal to beta, being roots of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, then as per definition these alpha and beta have to satisfy the equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Then a alpha square plus b alpha plus c is equal to 0, or a beta square plus b beta plus c is equal to 0. Let's understand the concept of roots more deeply. For an equation plus x square is equal to 0 and minus x square equal to 0, x is equal to 0 is a root of an equation plus x square equal to 0 and minus x square equal to 0. मतलब अगर हम इन दोनों इक्वेशन में x की वैल्यू 0 सब्स्टिट्यूट करते हैं तो ये कम्प्लीटली सेटिस्फाई हो जाएगा. प्लस 0 square is equal to 0. 0 is equal to 0. Satisfied. Minus 0 square is equal to 0. Again 0 is equal to 0. Satisfied. 0 is equal to 0. Satisfied. For an equation x square minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0, the roots are x is equal to plus 1 and x is equal to plus 3. मीनिंग अगर हम इस इक्वेशन में x की वैल्यू 1 या फिर x की वैल्यू प्लस 3 सब्स्टिट्यूट करते हैं तो ये इक्वेशन एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस 4x प्लस 3 विल बी completely gets satisfied. 1 square minus 4 into 1 plus 3 is equal to 0. 1 minus 4 plus 3 is equal to 0. 1 minus 4 minus 3 plus 3 minus 3 plus 3 is 0. 0 is equal to 0. Satisfied. Substituting value of 3. Let's check. 3 square minus 4 multiply 3 plus 3 is equal to 0. 9 minus 12 plus 3 equal to 0. 9 plus 3 is 12. Again minus 12 is equal to 0. 0 is equal to 0. Satisfied. One more time. Now x can be real, can be complex. Now I have taken here complex value of x or complex number. Okay, so I have taken x here plus 2i or x is equal to minus 2i. Let's check. If I say 2i square plus 4 is equal to 0, square of 2 is 4, square of I is I square, that is minus 1 plus 4 is equal to 0. Minus 4 plus 4 is equal to 0. 0 is equal to 0. Satisfied. Minus 2i. Minus 2i is also a root of this equation. Minus 2i square plus 4 equal to 0. Following one work at a time. Square of negative positive. Square of 2 4. Square of I square, and I square is minus 1 plus 4 is equal to 0. Minus 4 plus 4 is equal to 0. 0 is equal to 0. Satisfied. So what are these examples explained? That roots are basically those value of x, that those particular values of x satisfying the quadratic equation. After understanding the concept of roots, now we need to learn how to find the roots of a given quadratic equation. There is a direct formula to determine the roots of quadratic equation. We have a direct formula, that is, for a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, the value of x will be equal to negative b, that is negative coefficient of b, minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4 times ac whole upon 2 times a, that is 2 times leading coefficient. One more time. X is equal to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole upon 2a. Now we have to practice all these different questions based on quadratic formula. Find the roots of quadratic equation from A to E. All these 5 questions. Intentionally I have taken all 5 different types of quadratic equations in which the roots coming of these equations are of different form. Sometimes we will get rational roots, sometimes we will get complex roots. It helps us to make this topic more easier. The first question, ax square minus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. Value of a is plus 1. Value of b is minus 4. Value of c is plus 3. Using quadratic formula. Now what is quadratic formula? Minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4 times ac whole divided by 2 times a is equal to, if b is minus 4, so minus b will be plus 4. 4 plus minus square root minus 4 square minus 4 times 1 times 3 whole divided by 2 times 1. 4 plus minus square root square of negative positive square of 4 16. 4 times 3 is 12 minus 12 divided by 2. 4 plus minus square root 16 minus 12, that is square root 4, and square root 4 is 2 divided by 2, or we can say 2 plus minus 1. Now plus minus 1 here means x will be either 2 plus 1 or x will be 2 minus 1. 2 plus 1 is plus 3 and 2 minus 1 is plus 1. So we can say the roots of x square minus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0 are plus 3 and plus 1. Let's say this plus 3 as alpha and let's say this plus 1 as beta. Okay. Now you observe carefully. Here the roots are rational. Here the roots coming to be rational. Roots are rational. Second question. X square minus 8x minus 4 is equal to 0. Value of a is plus 1. Value of b minus 8. Value of c minus 4. Using quadratic formula, x is equal to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4 times ac whole divided by 2 times a is equal to, if value of b is equal to minus 8, then value of minus b should be equal to plus 8. 8 plus minus under root minus 8 whole square minus 4 times 1 multiply minus 8 minus 4, okay, divided by 2 times 1, which is equal to 8 plus minus square root square of minus is positive, square of 8 is 64. 64 again minus minus plus 4 times 4 is 16 whole divided by 2. 8 plus minus square root 64 plus 16 is 80 whole divided by 2. Now as we know 8 plus minus, as we know square root of 80 is 4 square root 5 whole divided by 2, or 4 plus minus 2 square root 5. So we can say x is equal to 4 plus 2 square root 5 or x is equal to 4 minus 2 square root 5. In this case, both roots are irrational. Both roots are irrationals. And as we know, 4 plus 2 root 2, 4 plus 2 root 5 and 4 minus 2 root 5 are conjugate to each other. So can we say both roots are irrational and conjugate to each other? And conjugate to each other. Now third one. In this, value of A is plus 1, value of B is minus 3, value of C is plus 4. Using quadratic formula, x is equal to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4 times ac whole divided by 2 times a, which is equal to, if value of b is minus 3, then value of minus b should be plus 3. So 3 plus minus square root minus 3 whole square minus 4 times 1 multiply 4 whole divided by 2 times 1. 3 plus minus square root, square of negative is positive, square of 3 is 9, minus 4 multiply 4 is 16 whole divided by 2, which is equal to 3 plus minus square root 9 minus 16 is minus 7 whole upon 2. Now this time roots won't be rational. Why? Because inside the square root we have negative. Okay, so what we do is, for now, 3 plus minus, can we say square root 7 times square root minus 1 whole divided by 2. Now 3 plus minus square root 7, square root minus 1 is I. Okay, in terms of complex number, the I represent square root minus 1 divided by 2. Again we can say x is equal to 3 plus I root 7 divided by 2, or x is equal to 3 minus I root 7 divided by 2. Now in this case, the roots are complex as well as the roots are conjugate. The conjugate of 3 plus I root 7 is 3 minus I root 7. So we can say both roots are complex, that is in a form of a plus ib, and conjugate to each other. Conjugate to each other. Coming to D part, x square plus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. Value of a is plus 1, value of b is plus 3, value of c is plus 4. Using quadratic formula, x is equal to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4 times ac whole divided by 2 times a, which is equal to minus 3 plus minus square root 3 square minus 4 times 1 times 4 whole divided by 2 times 1, which is equal to minus 3 plus minus square root 9 minus 16 whole upon 2. Again minus 3 plus minus, we are getting again minus 7 square root minus 7 whole upon 2. So we can say minus 3 plus minus I square root 7, again a complex number, divided by 2. So x is equal to minus 3 plus I under root 7 by 2, or x is equal to minus 3 minus I under root 7 by 2. In this time also, the roots are coming complex as well as conjugate to each other. So we will say both roots are complex and conjugate to each other. Now the last part, x square plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. Value of a is plus 1, value of b is plus 4, value of c is again plus 4. Using quadratic formula, minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4 times ac whole divided by 2 times a, which is equal to minus 4 plus minus square root 4 square minus 4 times 1 multiply 4 whole upon 2 multiply 1, which is equal to minus 4 plus minus square root 16 minus 4 times 4 again 16 whole divided by 2, which is equal to minus 4 plus minus square root 16 minus 16, which is 0. Minus 4 plus minus 0 divided by 2. In this case, we can say x is equal to minus 4 plus 0 divided by 2, or x is equal to minus 4 minus 0 by 2, which is minus 2 and minus 2. Here we are getting the two roots, but both roots are equal as well as rational. Both the roots are equal and rational. In this slide, we take the learnings from all previous 5 questions, and these learnings are very obvious, very simple. Depending on an element inside the square root in a quadratic formula, that is b square minus 4ac, the roots of the quadratic equations are. See, जब हमने वो 5 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किए थे, कभी we will get rational roots, sometimes we will get irrational roots, sometimes roots are different, sometimes roots are equal. So when we are getting complex and conjugate, किस कंडीशन में, ट्राई टू ऑब्जर्व किस कंडीशन में वी आर गेटिंग कॉम्प्लेक्स एंड कॉन्जुगेट रूट्स. व्हेन द वैल्यू ऑफ बी स्क्वायर माइनस 4ac इज नेगेटिव, बी स्क्वायर माइनस 4ac इज लेस देन 0. आपको याद होगा इन दैट पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन स्क्वायर रूट के अंदर वी वर हैविंग -7. सेकेंड ऑब्जर्वेशन, when we are getting rational or irrational, it can be rational or irrational but equal roots. इसके just पहले हमने किया था, in that question we are getting -2 and -2 same equal roots. At which condition? At when b square minus 4ac equal to 0. Now third observation, when we are getting irrational and conjugate, 5 plus root 7 and 5 minus root 7 both are irrational but conjugate to each other. Value of b square, in which case, in the case where b square minus 4ac is positive but a non-perfect square, 5 plus root 7, we cannot solve root 7 further, so roots are coming to be irrational and conjugate to each other. 5 plus root 7 and 5 minus root 7. Again, the last part, when we are getting rational and distinct. Rational number तो है लेकिन they are different, not equal. Again, b square minus 4ac should be equal to positive, that is more than 0, but it should be a perfect square. For an example, 5 plus root 16 or 5 minus root 16. We can solve root 16. 5 plus 4, 9, and 5 minus 4 is plus 1. 1 and 9 are two different but rational roots. Following previous learnings, the element b square minus 4ac is called a discriminant of a quadratic equation. Discriminant capital D of a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 for all a, b, c belongs to real, and the most importantly, a should not be equal to 0 is defined as the simple formula d is equal to b square minus 4ac. Means we are saying the element b square minus 4ac, we are giving a new term, that is discriminant. Capital D is equal to b square minus 4ac. Now, sometimes d will be negative, sometimes d will be equal to 0, sometimes d will be more than 0. Coming to an end of a session, the last topic we have to cover, vertex of a parabola. Vertex, capital V of a parabola, either upward or downward parabola, is defined as a coordinate on a real xy plane. What is vertex? Vertex is a coordinate on a real xy plane as, now see, अगर हमारे पास ये इक्वेशन गिवन है ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, तो vertex, what is vertex of a parabola? It is simply a coordinate defined as the x will be minus b upon 2a and y will be minus d upon 4a. Either it is an vertically upward parabola or it is an vertically downward parabola. वर्टिकली अपवर्ड पैराबोला कब बनेगा? जब लीडिंग कोएफिशिएंट ए इज मोर देन 0 और पॉजिटिव. वर्टिकली डाउनवर्ड पैराबोला कब बनेगा? जब लीडिंग कोएफिशिएंट ए इज नेगेटिव और लेस देन 0. इन बोथ द केस द वर्टेक्स वी ऑफ दिस दो पर्टिकुलर पैराबोला is defined as coordinate as x minus b upon 2a and y minus d upon 4a. In this a part, x square minus 4x plus 3, value of a plus 1, value of b minus 4, value of c plus 3. Discriminant b square minus 4ac is coming to be plus 4, that is positive. Then minus b upon 2a is plus 2 and minus d upon 4a is minus 1, that is negative. So vertex is what? Minus b upon 2a and minus d upon 4a. The vertex is defined as plus 2 and minus 1, and this is your x-axis. Y is equal to 0. Now from figure it is very clear that parabola ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 intersecting this particular x-axis at two distinct points. Okay. Now intersecting x-axis at two distinct points means this particular equation x square minus 4x plus 3 is having two distinct real roots. Why real roots? Because parabola we have drawn on a real xy plane. In this, x square minus 8x minus 4 is equal to 0. Value of a is plus 1, value of b is minus 8 and value of c is minus 4. Accordingly, we are getting value of discriminant is plus 80 and value of minus b upon 2a is plus 4 and minus d upon 4a is minus 20. So vertex will be minus b upon 2a comma minus d upon 4a, that is plus 4 comma minus 20. Again, from an observation we are seeing this particular parabola is again intersecting this particular x-axis in two distinct points. That is, this particular parabola is having two different real roots. Parabola ax square plus bx plus c intersecting x-axis at two distinct points means having two different real roots. Why? Because of discriminant d positive. Considering C part, x square minus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. Value of a, b and c are plus 1, minus 3 and plus 4 respectively. Accordingly, we will have d, that is minus 7, that is negative. Now, this particular equations as per previous learning has no real roots. This particular equation is having a complex roots. Now, then minus b upon 2a is plus 3 by 2, minus d by 4a is plus 7 by 4. Value of minus b upon 2a is plus 3 by 2 and value of minus d upon 4a is plus 7 upon 4. As you observed clearly, this particular parabola is not intersecting x-axis. Simple meaning is this particular parabola is not having a real roots. Parabola ax square plus bx plus c lies at a distance of 7 by 4 units above x-axis. The value of minus d upon 4a is plus 7 by 4 above x-axis. That is, there is no intersection of a parabola and x-axis. Means this particular parabola is not having a real roots. This part d, x square plus 3x plus 4 is same as the previous part c we have done. Simple observation, this particular parabola lies at a distance of plus 7 by 4 above x-axis, means it is having no real roots. Why? Because discriminant d is again coming negative. There is no intersection of a parabola and x-axis. Means having this particular parabola is having a complex roots, not a real roots. The last part, x square plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. Value of a plus 1, value of b plus 4 and value of c plus 4. Again, following discriminant is equal to 0. Minus b upon 2a is minus 2 and minus d upon 4a is again 0. Now try to observe हमने क्या सीखा था. If capital D, if discriminant is equal to 0, we will be having two equal real roots, two equal either rational roots or irrational roots, but they are equal. That's why see, just from an observation, parabola, this particular parabola lies on x-axis at vertex minus 2 comma 0, that is, parabola intersects x-axis only at a unique point. See, when discriminant is equal to 0, we will have a unique root, a single root, that is at vertex v minus 2 comma 0.